shells laying around. Welcome to the bush, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to drive north into the Arctic Circle in Alaska, there's only one road that will get you there, the Dalton Highway. Out here, you won't find gas stations, restaurants, or hotels. This 414-mile stretch of dirt exists for one reason: to serve as a haul route, bringing equipment and supplies north from Fairbanks to the oil fields at Prudhoe Bay.
The mosquitoes are so bad.
They're awful here. Like Everglades awful.
Dang it.
Got it. I don't understand how, oh my God, they're in my hair.
They're everywhere.
Well, you get the gist.
Yes.
We made it.
We made it.
Okay, time to go. This is in fact the ice road, and now that we've driven on it in a truck, that makes us ice road truckers. Oh my goodness, that is a really big grade.
We are at the Yukon River Crossing Information Center.
Which we're not exactly really sure where that is. This is kind of cool though. Teaches you a lot. This is probably like what we should have stopped at before we got on the highway. Started in 1974, building it from Valdez up. Crosses 3 mountain ranges, the Brooks, the Alaska, and the Chugach. Each pipeline is 48 inches in diameter and has a 0.562 inch wall with insulated with 4 inches of fiberglass to keep it from freezing, I guess. It's pretty gnarly.
It's different when they put it underground. They put it on a bed of rocks, and then it's like in hard compact dirt and then light soil dirt on top. Because there's quite a few spots that it actually goes underground versus being overhead or whatever, so.
Man, oh man, when those semis blow past you, there's so much dust and dirt. But so far, windshield is good. Thought we would get out and walk past these gates and go look at the pipeline. I don't think we're not supposed to do this. We'll see.
Beautiful day out.
It is nice out. The mosquitoes aren't bad either when the wind blows, which is really good. Those mosquitoes were bad. Yeah.
I was trying to see if you could hear.
Can you?
I don't know, it's too windy.
It's pretty cool, huh?
I mean, it's just one of those things, like, you know it exists, but do you ever really think about it and like what it does? We were looking at some of the stats for it, and it's like every day is the equivalent of one huge oil tanker going down the pipeline. So it's doing the job of one oil tanker every single day without actually having to do anything. So it's just really interesting. Something I never really thought about how it works or why it works or anything like that.
The whole drive, we just keep seeing the pipeline. It's just there. It's interesting. I don't know if I'd say that it's pretty, because it's definitely not pretty. It's obviously this big metal scar on the landscape, but it's interesting. We just came up to the crest of a really, really big hill. I say to DJ, what is that? Because something is clearly on the side of the road and it's big and it's black. And I'm thinking, well, maybe at this distance it's a black bear. As I came up to it, it was a wolf. Still a really cool experience to have, even if it only lasted for a couple seconds. We did it!
We are right there. Well, actually, we're right here. Ah, got him.
All right, let's go. I'm getting eaten.
Sometimes just driving down the road and the pipeline pops up right next to you. You didn't even know it was there.
I don't know.
What are you doing?
I think I got it. Stamp in my passport. Well, I guess not really a passport. It's my certificate. Ooh, I did good on that one.
You're gonna cover the state of Alaska?
No, the Arctic Ocean.
Oh, okay.
That wasn't as good.
Oh.
Don't mess it up like I did. Ta-da. Okay. So that was really neat. That was a way fancier visitor center than either one of us, I think, thought it was going to be. I kind of envisioned like fancy shack. Now I think we're in search of gas. I think we need to turn around. Yeah, we need to go that way.
Which way could we possibly go? It said services this way.
I think you need to go this way and maybe try the other side of the road.
No camping on the ramp. No camping on the runway. No shit. I know.
Like, is that a necessary sign?
Like, obviously it is. Wow.
Alright, so we're gonna go this way and look for fuel. Hey, there's a sign. Like, not what you need. Gas at Coldfoot was $5.11 for gas or diesel. Didn't matter. Straight price. It's crazy.
I think 5 gallons means $25.
Yeah, it's a lot of money. The sun doesn't go to bed. Ever. We brought the tents with us. We brought the sleeping bags with us. And it's crazy because we really thought we were going to spend the night out here, but we're like, is there really a point when there's all these hours of daylight and exploring so we can see more and do more by not setting up a tent? Holy crap, the mosquitoes just get worse and worse.
Throughout the day.
And worse throughout the day. Oh my god. It's like the freaking Walking Dead when you close your door. Close your door and you're just banging up against the glass. I want to eat you. Let me in. I'm not even kidding.
It's pretty bad.
Holy shnikes.
We just pulled off. I was going like 10 miles an hour. Couldn't see this little bump. I thought it was gonna be a little bump. It just rocked our world.
We almost died.
Like, the truck left the ground.
You know, like one of those scenes from Fast and Furious? It was like that, but in really, really, really slow motion.
We legit, I think, left the ground. That was pretty funny, actually. Yeah, holy crap.
All right, so everything's broken. Cool. Hey, we stopped at Finger Mountain, which is this really cool rock structure. And we thought that maybe we'd find a spot and chat about what you need if you're gonna take your own Dalton trip, what your options are for Dalton trips, and if it's actually worth the trip. Dalton Highway. So there's two ways, basically, how you can come to the Dalton Highway. I mean, I guess there's really a third if you want to debate it, but one is you can drive yourself, or the other is you can take a tour bus. If you take a tour bus, I think what we saw is they're about $200 per person. It does include lunch, but most of them only go to Coldfoot. I know,
there's so many
bad.
bugs.
Okay, come prepared if you drive yourself. So there's 3 basic things we figured out that you really need to focus on. Fuel, food, and your tires.
Yeah, tires are important. We always pack way too much food.
We didn't know if we were going to spend the night. We weren't 100% sure what our plan was. So bringing enough food made it so that we can do that. And the other thing about making sure you have enough food and specifically enough water when you're out here is super important because you are in a place that doesn't provide services. The Dalton Highway is a haul road designed for commercial trucking that you just happen to have the privilege of driving on. They're not here to help you and come to your assistance. So you need to be self-sufficient. So bringing extra food and water means that in the worst horrible case scenario, you would be able to have enough water to get you through a day or two if necessary. And that goes for things like sleeping bags and blankets and pillows. It does not hurt to throw it into the back of your car, the back of your truck, because it does get pretty gnarly out here. And again, you're pretty much on your own.
Next, I would say is making sure that you stop at the right places and buy fuel. There's only really one gas station that's at like mile marker like 50, and then the next one is in Coldfoot, which is 175 miles up the Dalton Highway.
If you want to go past Coldfoot too, that's another thing.
244 miles to the next services.
$5.11 per gallon for gas or diesel, same price. Just know that the gas prices are stupid high up here, and it's going to make you feel really bad because you're going to see that pipeline, you're going to be like, man, there goes all the oil, and gas is so expensive because they have to bring it back up here after it's refined. So, yeah, that's a big one.
The last thing that we did to prepare for this trip was made sure we had all of our tire gear.
And glass stuff, too. So everybody says busted tires, busted windshields are the big things on the Dalton. So far, so good. But...
yeah. So tire plug kit, air pump, those are the things that we brought, plus clear tape for the windshield.
Yeah, the other important things I would also say that's important to remember is just that, remember, this isn't your road. This is the haul road. It belongs to the truckers. Remember, they're at work and you're in their workplace, so give them plenty of room. Out in the Arctic, if the mosquitoes don't get you, the wind will. To save you the agony of having to listen to the sound of wind whipping through a microphone, we'll summarize what went on here. I asked DJ if he thought a trip to the Dalton was worth the time and the money, and he said,
if you have the extra time and you're not taking away from another adventure, you should make the trek to the Arctic Circle. I mean, who doesn't really want to be called an ice road trucker?
And then I said, I agree. The exception that I wouldn't spend $200 to ride in a van to go all the way to Coldfoot just to turn around and come back. Probably learn a lot. All right, you want to drink some beers now and run from these mosquitoes? Yes, me too. Dead center. Damn.
We didn't see this morning, but now on our way back, we're seeing like it's like white in the middle of the road. And I'm like, well, what is that? It's actually permafrost coming up through the dirt, mud, clay, whatever road this is. It's kind of cool. Yeah, that's permafrost right there. We just passed a pretty bad dang accident. Semi had flipped over, was upside down, like the whole cab of the truck was just completely crushed in. Helicopter was landed there. The Alaska Pipeline security trucks were there. Yep, here comes another helicopter.
Another helicopter right there.
When people talk about having to be on your game and actually pay attention to what you're doing, that's why.
It does remind you that you are in a place that bad things could easily happen. Sadly, accidents like the one we witnessed are not an all too uncommon occurrence on the Dalton. Our thoughts were with the driver and their family as we safely traversed the final miles of this adventure. Thanks, guys.
There you go.